and the Pig. We are so excited to be back. It's been a couple weeks. We were on vacation last week, so it's been 2 weeks since our last episode. And as always, we record on Thursday. It will be uploaded on Friday. So today is Thursday, June 20th, and we are almost to July. We are well into the summer. It's hot everywhere. Delaney, you look a little red around the face area. You get a little sun.
I've been getting a lot of sun, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna start avoiding it soon, obviously because of my red face. So
Yeah. Well, we tend to burn pretty easily. Thank you for our genetics, but it's been great, and it's been an eventful couple weeks of sports. We obviously baseball is well into the season. We're gonna dive a little deeper into baseball this episode, just because we have a pretty good idea of where teams are at and what teams are gonna be doing here as the summer rolls on. But we have a champion. We have a new champion, and
Yep.
I said it a couple weeks ago. 2024 has been a very not friendly to the underdog, if that makes sense. We had the number one seed Michigan win the national championship. We had the Chiefs repeat Super Bowl win. For the Masters, you had the favorite Scotty Scheffler. He won. March Madness, you had the number one seeded UConn win and repeat. And now, congratulations to the Boston Celtics, who have won the NBA championship, the 2024 NBA champions. They were the favorite going into the playoffs, so yet another favorite. The NHL the Stanley Cup is in full swing. Game 6 is tomorrow night. Florida Panthers and the Edmonton Oilers. Again, the Panthers and the number one seed in the East. So, Delaney, do you think there's like a little trend going on here in 2024? It's just a year for the favorites.
yeah.
It'll continue.
Well, it's definitely something to think about. Kind of sucks because I feel like everyone likes the underdog story. To a certain degree, you have to give credit where credit is due. So I'm curious if the same thing will happen with the Stanley Cup, having the favorite win the whole thing.
Yeah, and again, the Panthers, they're up 3-2, so they got one. They need to win one of the next two games. Game 6 is tomorrow night, and then I believe Game 7 is on Sunday if the Oilers were to win. So yes, they are the favorite. But a look into, and I said we're gonna dive into baseball. The favorite for baseball is the Yankees and the Dodgers. So
Yeah.
and right now, the Yankees are by far the best team in the MLB. They have probably the two best players of the season so far. So do you think we're going to finally get, 2024 is going to get a sneaky underdog here at the end of the year with baseball? Because that's kind of the last, you have the Olympics that's coming in a couple weeks, and we're going to do a full thing on that. But other than that, that's really kind of the last sport that will end in 2024. So the Yankees and the Dodgers look like a pretty good bet based on how 2024 is going.
Yeah. I think it's hard because baseball is such a long season, but based off what I know about the teams, I think they have a pretty high chance of doing, even not winning, but doing really well and getting pretty close to that.
I agree. I think right now the Yankees are by far the best team. They have Aaron Judge, who's on pace to break the home run record again. You have Juan Soto, who is so Aaron Judge is first in the MVP voting. Juan Soto is second in the MVP voting, and they're on the same team. So the Yankees are by far the best team in the American League. But then you have the Dodgers, and the Dodgers are, right there with Ohtani and Freeman. Betts just got hurt, which kind of sucks, but there's the good thing about baseball is any team can win on any day, and a lot of sports are similar, but not as much as baseball, in my opinion. So come playoffs, come October, who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows? But so a big congrats to the NBA champions, the Boston Celtics. They deserved it. It's their first one in quite a while. A lot of skeptical people saying, Jason Tatum should have won the MVP, but it was Jaylen Brown. We're not going to discuss that because I'm not a big NBA guy. I watched a little bit of it. I don't really follow it too well, so congrats to Jaylen Brown for winning the award. But some big news that came out last week, and this is our second weekly story, is it's kind of an obscure sport, not talked about. It's only once a year. Joey Chestnut was banned from the hot dog eating contest for supporting a vegan company, which is probably the most American thing I've ever heard. Delaney, have you ever watched the hot dog eating contest? It's on the 4th of July every year.
Yes. I've seen it. I shouldn't say I've sit down and watch it because that is not my thing. It makes me like queasy watching it. I can't, especially when they dunk their hot dogs and whatever they're drinking. It like gives me the heebie-jeebies. Yeah.
They dunk it in lemonade because it softens the bun so that they can stuff
Ew.
it easier. Yeah. So Joey Chestnut is banned from the field this year, and then he's the reigning, like he's the GOAT. I mean, you have Tom Brady, you got Tiger Woods, you got Michael Jordan, and then you got Joey Chestnut up there. He's the best at what he does, and what he does is eating hot dogs. So I got a couple stats for you, Delaney, and I'm curious to see what you think. Okay. So Joey Chestnut holds the world record for the most hot dogs ever eaten in one contest. 2021, he ate 76 hot dogs. 76.
Okay.
10 minutes. You have 10 minutes to eat as many hot dogs. So he eats 76 hot dogs in 10 minutes. That's about 7 minutes. 7.5 hot dogs a minute. How many hot dogs do you think you could eat in 1 minute?
In 1 minute, if I went for it.
Yeah, if you didn't reach the number, you would die, and you don't know what the number is, so you just gotta go. I
would say 2. I think 2.
That's it?
Yeah. I don't think I could shove it down my throat like they. I would take bites,
Yeah, I see. I'm the same way. I'd probably take bites, but I could probably do 6, maybe 5.
What?
I couldn't do it.
No.
I couldn't do it for 10 minutes.
Oh, just once? You think you could do 6?
Minute.
I don't know. Maybe I'll push it up to 3 instead of 2. So 3 is my final answer.
God, I couldn't even tell you. It's 76 hot dogs in 10 minutes. 7 a minute is insane.
Yeah.
7 a minute is insane, and to do it for 10 minutes straight is even crazier. But he's banned from the contest. He's not allowed to compete this year. So
is he allowed to come back next year?
I don't know.
Oh.
I would guess not. Unless he stops supporting this vegan food company. I don't know. I don't know the details on it. But it sounds like we could have a new winner, a new champion.
Yeah, that would be fun.
4th, tune into the hot dog eating contest. Frank's Hot Dogs. Or is it Ballpark? Yeah, I think it's Ballpark Frank's. I can't. There's no way. There's no way I could do it. For 10 minutes straight, I would die. I would die. It's pretty gross. And everything, too. Look, I can't even get... sorry, I'm getting...
Do they get toppings with it? Can they have, ketchup?
I don't know. Are you a ketchup person?
Yeah, I would say so. On a hot dog. But I'm
I like ketchup and mustard. I like both.
Do they get to pick?
I don't think they want it. It's just more crap that they gotta eat.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. I don't know. I can only imagine how they feel the next day after eating 76 hot dogs. Could you imagine?
God, can you imagine? It would just be so painful. That's gross. Okay, moving on. The weekly story number 3, is we're going to talk about the College Baseball World Series, and it's been awesome. We are big baseball fans, and any kind of baseball we enjoy watching, whether it's pros or going into college. Even high school baseball is fun to watch sometimes. But the College Baseball World Series in Omaha, Nebraska has been cruising along, and it's pretty impressive when almost every single game in the World Series has been had a walk off, whether it's a home run or a hit, a walk off hit or whatever. It's just the teams are very evenly matched. There were a ton of teams. It's kind of like March Madness. You have a ton of teams that start out, and then it gets narrowed down to 8.
Yeah.
All 8 teams are from 2 conferences, which is pretty crazy to think about. The ACC and the SEC are the only 2 conferences represented, which kind of sucks for us West Coast people, because there's no West Coast teams. They're all down south, down East Coast, Southeast. So you have Virginia, North Carolina, Florida State, and North Carolina State, all from the ACC. Then you have the Texas A&M Aggies, the Florida Gators, Kentucky, and Tennessee, all from the SEC. And it's like I said, they're all very evenly matched. They know each other pretty well because they played each other all year. So it's been a great tournament so far. Right now, as of today, Tennessee is in the championship, and they're waiting to see who they'll play. Virginia, North Carolina State, North Carolina, and Kentucky are all eliminated. So Texas A&M and Florida have to play, and the winner will play Tennessee in the championship. So we are getting pretty close to crowning yet another champion, and to follow the 2024 profile. Tennessee is the number 1 seed.
Yeah.
And they're in the championship. So.
And they're really good.
So, did you look into College World Series at all?
I've actually seen quite a bit about it. I don't know if it's because now I have a little bit of a connection to it. A lot of my friends go to these schools, so I hear about it. I've been hearing and seeing a lot about Tennessee's baseball team, and I didn't realize. Yeah, I didn't know that. I also just heard. Okay, bear with me because I don't know what it's called. Apparently, a kid on Tennessee's team is the first one in history. It has a special name, but it's when you hit a single, a double, a triple, and a home run.
All in one game.
Yeah, it had a special name.
The cycle.
A what? Oh.
The cycle.
Well, apparently he was the first one to do it in the college championship. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't.
Isn't that pretty cool?
So a Tennessee guy, he hit for the cycle. So hitting for the cycle, it's super rare. It's super hard to do. It's when you hit for a single, a double, a triple, and a home run all in one game.
Yeah.
It's called hitting for the cycle. So someone did it in the College World Series. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Tennessee's incredible. They by far the best team. And like we were saying, baseball, any team can win on any given day. So you never know. But yeah, they keep cruising on. One of the coolest things about college baseball, though, is the fans and the environment that Omaha, Nebraska brings. And you compare baseball with college kids and alcohol, you're gonna have some rowdiness. Have you seen some videos of the fans? Have you seen some videos of the crowd in Nebraska?
I have, and it honestly kind of shocks me because I would think no one would be at those games. First of all, it's summer, so I would assume that kids went home. And, maybe it's different at these schools because, their teams are very good. But I always, especially in high school, I felt like baseball was a sport no one really went to.
Baseball in the South is pretty big. So, the SEC, like Tennessee and Texas A&M, they all travel really well. They love their baseball team. And it shows because in Omaha, it's packed. It's packed.
Yeah.
And, they do all their fun chants, and they're rowdy and they're loud, and they make fools of themselves, and it's a bunch of kids doing funny stuff in the stands, and it's just a cool environment. And high school, you're right, it wasn't well attended, but when we started to, because I was on that team that made it to that CIF championship game.
Yeah.
When we started to get to the semifinals and the championship game, it was pretty busy. It was pretty packed.
Oh,
So
wow.
when your team's doing well, people will come out.
People will come and watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there was a video that surfaced, and it kind of got nationwide a lot of buzz about these two Texas A&M guys that got kicked out of the stadium for heckling the dugout. Did you see this video? Did you see the stuff on this?
I saw some of it, but it's hard because when I looked into it, everyone kind of said something different, like about what they were saying, Like,
Yeah.
yes, obviously they're rowdy, but like what they were chanting and like where the like over the top comes from, it's all a little different. So I don't really know who to believe.
Yeah, I agree with you there. I can't get a clear-cut story on what they said, but clearly it sparked something to get them, ejected. And then there's a lot of a buzz saying that like the grounds is banning them for life and all this stuff. So I don't know what they said, but they clearly crossed a line.
Yeah.
We've talked about it in the past because fans are what make sports great, because it's the environment. It's, you go to the game with your friends and you have a good time and you cheer for your team. Everyone has this, united, like, oh, we're all cheering for the same thing.
Yeah.
But fans also ruin sports, because there's a lot of times when you see fans just, they do something stupid because they get caught up in the moment, or they get emotional and they've had a little bit too much to drink, and they ruin it. They make a great event. Whether your team is winning or losing, it's still fun. Like, it's still a cool place to be. And they ruin it. They make it into a place that's, sad, dangerous, bad, whatever you want to call it. Now, did you see the kid who ran out on the field and he got tased by the cop?
Okay, yeah, I did see it. And it's his fault, but I think those photos are the funniest thing I've seen in a long time.
Well, there was another video that surfaced of him in court, and he's wearing the jersey. He's like wearing the same thing. Yeah, so, and the judge was, like having some fun with it. But yeah, that's another fan that went viral. For doing something stupid. He probably had too much to drink, did something stupid. And, he went viral in a cool way, not in a bad way, like the two Texas A&M guys. Mm-hmm. But, yeah, that cop, he tased him right in the back, went down. It was pretty sweet. The photos are awesome.
And I loved how the MLB was, like, playing into it. Like, I saw they were making a bunch of videos about it. And, like, that, like, yes, you shouldn't run onto the field. But, like, when that type of stuff happens, you kind of have to make a joke about it. Yeah. So I like how the MLB has been doing that.
I agree. There's a way fans can have fun and be funny and do stupid things, but then there's a line, and when you cross that line, it ruins it for everyone else. So the Texas A&M stuff, those two guys, they get what they deserve, whatever they said. But the College World Series has still been awesome. And the championship series is going to come. I think it starts tomorrow. We're going to have a Tennessee versus someone. I believe that game's today. So we will see. We will see what happens. But we'll continue to roll on here. And this is kind of a downer moment, as the Bronco and the Pig. We love to reminisce on some legends in sports, talk about people in the past. We obviously have our Mount Rushmore, but two of the greatest athletes ever, any sport, passed away this past couple weeks. The basketball superstar Jerry West, he passed away last week, and the superstar face of baseball, some consider him one of the greatest to ever play, Willie Mays, he passed away on Tuesday. So he it's it's sad, and these guys are older. Willie Mays was 93, and Jerry West, I believe, was 86 or something like that. It's a sad thing, but to see some of the videos and some of the tributes of their careers and their life is pretty cool to see. So it's always tough to lose a legend like that, but he left they both left amazing legacies. But moving on, Delaney, do you have we're gonna go right into sport by sport, real quick. The NFL, they found the cheating scandal with the Falcons and the Eagles, the tampering thing. Not conclusive. There's no punishments. The NBA, we do have the NBA draft next week, which would be kind of cool to see where some guys go. We obviously are big college basketball fans, so we have some college basketball names that we're hoping get selected. It'd be pretty cool if a Boise kid gets to go, or an SDCU kid gets to go. There was also a big trade today, Alex Caruso for Josh Giddey in the NBA. And then Paris Olympics are ramping up. I believe it's in 2 weeks. It's the start of sometime in July. I don't remember the exact date. But the Olympic trials have been on TV lately. I watched a couple swimming races to get me flowing
in the zone.
Yeah, you excited for the Olympics?
I'm really excited. And okay, wait. This is kind of off topic, but I have to tell you, I saw this video today that apparently in Paris, I don't know exactly the name of it, there's like that river or stream that runs through the city, and they're hoping to have some events there, like the swimming events in this river. But I didn't know this, but apparently, like, you don't swim in it, and it's like really disgusting. And
they're probably gonna do like rowing events.
Maybe, probably. So the people in France are not happy about the Olympics being there, and worried that this body of water won't be clean. So the mayor and someone else, they said that they're gonna like swim in it on the 1st of July, I believe, to like prove that it's clean. So now there's this like protest going on in France, and it's like the night before they swim in it, they want everyone to go and poop in this water. So when the mayor is swimming in the body of water, they're swimming in everyone's poop.
Oh my god. There's no way. There's no way. That's crazy. People are so messed up. Like, that's so messed up.
No, and there's like there's serious protests about it. Like, people are outside, like, with signs telling people to poop in this water. Isn't that crazy?
God, that's crazy.
I know. I had to tell you that.
What's wrong? First of all, that's an awesome story. Like, it baffles my mind that like people would do that. But like, what's wrong with the Olympics? Why are people so upset that the Olympics?
I don't know. I assume it's probably like the construction, maybe, but I have no idea.
I guess. But
it's fun. The Olympics are coming to LA, and I will be there.
Yeah,
so
same with the World Cup. The World Cup on 2026.
Oh, really? We talked about this.
July 2nd, my birthday.
Yes.
2026. There is a quarterfinal World Cup game at SoFi Stadium.
Yeah.
So you and I will both be there. I don't care who's playing. It could be freaking, some random country against some random country. We're going to the game.
We've talked about that. I forgot. Yeah. But yeah, that'll be so fun.
That's in 2 years. But the Euros is going on. It's a cool soccer tournament. So if you're bored in the morning, go on. It should be on in the morning. Just national TV. You can watch a soccer games. So there's a couple good Euro games. But yeah, the Olympics, a couple weeks away. I found out yesterday that there is break dancing. They added break dancing to the Olympics.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. That's pretty cool. And then they added pickleball. This is
I didn't know that.
First year. They have, think of a sport, it's in the Olympics. It's crazy how many Olympic events there are now.
Mm-hmm.
What would be your favorite summer event?
To watch or to do?
To watch.
I like watching gymnastics, definitely. Even though I know we've talked about this too. I know nothing about it, but it's just exciting. I am curious to see the breakdancing though. just because I think it'll be kind of funny.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
I always like watching like volleyball or swimming, things that you don't normally see on TV. Like
Yeah.
the soccer's kind of cool to watch, and golf and baseball and all those team sports. But sometimes you see that on TV a lot. It's cool to see like some crazy sports that you don't see.
Yeah.
Like rowing or the diving or the
Oh, I like to watch the diving. I think that's cool. Yeah.
yeah, it's just and track and field. All the races and the like shot put and javelin and long jump and stuff like that. It's kind of cool to watch. So we are excited for the Summer Olympics. We're gonna have a couple special episodes because the Olympics is a long stretch of
Yeah.
Just crazy events that are going on. So we'll get to talk about the Olympics a little more in depth as they get closer. But sport by sport, we're gonna move on to the baseball, and I said it before at the start. Baseball, we're gonna dive deeper in. Just some quick news. There's been quite a few injuries. So Kyle Bradish is out for the year. Alek Manoah is out for the year. Mookie Betts is now injured for like 6 to 8 weeks. Rio Muto had surgery on his knee, and they don't have a timeline for him. The Astros, they cut Jose Abreu, which is crazy. Kevin Biggio got traded to the Dodgers, and then there's been several rookies that have come up and they're making their major league debut, which is kind of cool. But we're gonna look deeper at the standings. So Delaney, I want you to be. You're gonna be surprised about this, and it's gonna be
Okay.
cool come September time. There are 8. Let me make sure I got this right. Is it 8? I believe it's 8. There's 8 teams in the National League, and they're all within 1 game of each other. So
Wow.
yeah, I'm gonna list them off because it's crazy. I got them right.
Okay.
Because it blows my mind that these teams are all so close. So in the National League, you have the Phillies who are way up ahead. You have the Dodgers who are way up ahead, and you have the Brewers who are well up ahead. Okay, but then you have let me make sure 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Sorry, 9 teams all within 1 game of each other. So you have the Diamondbacks, the Cardinals, the Padres, the Pirates, the Nationals, the Giants, the Cubs, the Mets, and the Cincinnati Reds. 9 teams. They're
Wow.
all 1 game apart, and they're just beating each other up. Like one team beats one team, and then that team beats another team, and they're just beating each other up. They're all super even. So
Wow.
this is where baseball gets interesting because baseball is very, very different from other sports because of the minor leagues. You have so many guys in a franchise that teams are willing to trade, make crazy trades. So a lot of these teams, it's going to be a question, are they going to make trades? Are they going to, try to make a move? Go out and trade for a big-time superstar to, try and push them towards the top, get in the playoffs, make a run. That's where baseball gets interesting. It's especially for the general managers. I can't even imagine how hard of a job that is. So, if I'm gonna give my opinion, I think of those 9 teams, you have the Diamondbacks, the Padres, the Giants, the Cubs. Those 4 are, in my opinion, the 4 best of the 9.
Okay.
Everyone else is kind of just in there, and they're like on that nobody knows where they're gonna go. So if you had to guess right now, so of those 9 teams that I listed, and if you need me to list them again, I can do it again. But of those 9 teams, only 2 teams get in the playoffs. Okay.
Okay.
It's only 2 spots. If you had to guess who they're gonna be, take a stab. And let's see how right you get it. Because I'll tell you mine first.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be the Giants and the Giants and the Cubs is who I think it's gonna be.
Okay.
I think they're the two best teams.
Well, I was gonna say the Cubs, and didn't you say Red Sox?
No, they're in the American League.
Oh, the Reds. The Reds. Yes, I
So you
think it's
have the
gonna be
Cubs
them too.
The Cubs and
And
the
the
Reds.
Reds.
So we
Yes.
both are on the Cubs. I agree. I
Mhm.
think the Cubs are they're just not playing to their full potential right now.
Yeah.
But the Reds, that's interesting. They're very young and
I like when they're like that. I feel like they're agile. You know.
agile.
Yeah.
So some young teams for you on the National League. So you had the Reds, very young. Same with
Yeah.
the Nationals, and the Pirates and the Diamondbacks. Those four are very very young. Like
I thought the Orioles had a really young team.
they
Or are you
do
just
very
talking
young.
about that 9?
I'm just talking about those 9 because they
Oh.
that's the National League. So the Orioles are in the American League. That's
Yeah.
where the Yankees are. You got the Yankees, the
Got it.
Guardians, the Twins, and the
Mhm.
Mariners are all towards the top, and the Orioles. So the American League's not as competitive. You kind of have you have the Orioles and the Yankees who are just light years ahead of everyone else. They're not even it's not
Mhm.
even close between those two. Then you have the Guardians who are right there. They're like 5 games back of them. And then you have the Mariners who are Mariners, the Royals, the Twins, and the Red Sox are all pretty close right there. So you really don't have that crazy race
Yeah.
that the National League's going to have. So you have the Cubs and the Reds. So we're going to run
Yes.
through it right now. And I'm curious.
Okay.
I want to see how accurate we are.
Okay.
So if you have the Cubs and the Reds, that means the Dodgers are going to play the Reds. Who do you think wins that?
I think the Dodgers are gonna win.
Okay, so you have the Dodgers. Okay, and that means you have the Brewers and the Cubs.
I would say the Cubs.
Okay. So then you have the Phillies and the Cubs.
I'm gonna go Cubs again.
Cubs again? So you think the
Yeah.
Cubs make a run?
Yeah.
And then the Braves and the Dodgers. What are the
Dodgers.
The Dodgers. So
Yeah.
Dodgers, Cubs. So do you have the Dodgers?
Mhm.
Dodgers. Yeah.
Why? I
Yeah.
think the Dodgers would beat the Cubs any single day.
Yeah. So nationally, you have the Dodgers. Okay. I personally, I think it's gonna be the Phillies. They're hungry. You know, they made the championship series last year. They made the World Series the year before that. They've lost both times, and it's like they're right there. They're right there.
Yeah.
And they're playing really good. So I think the Phillies are right there. I think the Phillies are dangerous. I really do. I think they could win it all. The American League, yeah, the Yankees. So, you know, we're nearly 3 months in, and the standings are starting to take form. Obviously, teams will start to separate themselves. The All-Star game is coming here soon. So let's run through your power rankings. Do you have power rankings for me?
Yeah, I do.
What's your
This
stat?
week I decided to do it based off home runs, and I think this happened last time when I did it. I feel like, in at least my opinion, I feel like the home run stat is the most compatible with stats overall. Does that kind of make sense?
Really, you think so? With this?
I like when I'm looking at these teams, I'm like, oh, okay, like I could agree with that.
Oh, okay.
So,
I'm interested.
oh shoot, I only wrote down 9. So at 9, I have the Guardians. 8, I have the Mets. 7, I have the Manor. How do you say that, man?
Mariners.
Mariners. Gosh, Mariners. 6 is the Phillies. 5 is Oakland. 4 is the Astros. 3 is Dodgers. 2 is Yankees, and 1 is the Orioles.
Okay, so yeah, you do have a lot of teams up there. The A's, that surprised me, and the Astros, that surprises me as well. But yeah, I mean, my rankings are pretty much very similar. You know, I have number 10, the Mariners. I still think the Mariners are have the best starting pitching of any team, other than maybe the Phillies. Number 9, I have the Twins. The Twins are getting hot, and they're gonna stay hot. And the Twins are probably gonna be the team that the Orioles will have to play in the first round. So
Okay.
I'm curious to watch the Twins and to see how they form a little bit. That's probably who they're going to match up with. The eight are the Royals, basically the same as the Twins. They're right there. They're like very hot and cold. They're very close together. Seven, I have the Braves. The Braves had some serious injuries. Acuna out for the year really hurts them. They're still a dangerous team, but without Acuna, I don't consider them a contender anymore. Number six, I have the Brewers. The Brewers are surprising. They continue to win games. I think they're a first round knockout. They're gonna have a really good record, and people are gonna be like, oh, they're actually pretty good, and then they're gonna get upset by someone. That's what I think. The Brewers are perfect for that. Five, I have the Dodgers. We talked about the Dodgers being the favorite. They are dealing with a lot of injuries, but by as long as they make the playoffs, they're gonna be healthy and they're gonna be dangerous. Four, I have the Guardians. Three, I have our Orioles. They're playing pretty well. They just beat the Yankees today. Phillies, I number two, and the Yankees are the number one team in baseball right now. That pretty much wraps up our sport to sport. Delaney, you got a mascot of the week for us?
I do. This one's kind of fun because it caught my attention when I was scrolling through. Today I'm doing Oklahoma State University,
Oh,
Mr.
Cowboy.
Pistol Pete to be specific.
Okay.
And do you know him? Look up a photo because at first I thought he is a cowboy, but at first I thought the mascot was literally like bobbleheads. Like I
Oh
thought
yeah,
he was just
he's got that massive head with the massive mustache.
yeah, and then his body's really tiny.
Ah,
So I literally thought they were supposed to be bobbleheads, but yeah, he's a pirate instead.
cowboy. It's a cowboy.
Cowboy, sorry.
Yeah.
But yeah.
No, that's a good one, Pistol Pete. Yeah, I know exactly who that is. The Cowboys. I always loved Oklahoma State because they have cool jerseys. They have cool colors like black
Oh,
and orange.
wait, I have to look it up now.
Yeah, I always like their jerseys. I don't know why. I just the black and orange football jerseys are.
I didn't even know they were orange. For some reason, I thought they were red.
That's Oklahoma.
Oh! I've seen these. Yeah, they are cool.
Yeah, Oklahoma State with the black and the orange. And
Yeah.
white are their three colors.
Mhm.
I always like them. But nice find. Yes, the Cowboys Pistol Pete. He is an icon.
And I like when they have like human names. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just
Like
think it's
George,
funny.
something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. It's like Pistol Pete. That's a good name for it too, because you know he carries the. If I think he has like a fake pistol on his hip that's like really big, something like that. No, that's a cool mascot, and like I said, I've always liked Oklahoma State and their colors and their jerseys and their logo and stuff. I always thought it was pretty cool. All right. As always, we finish every episode off with the final question of the week, or in this case, the past 2 weeks. So my question to you, and it's a little longer, a little bigger. What sport would be the most fun to have the best season ever? So if any sport you played, and you were to start in 2025, and you had the greatest season in history for that sport, what sport would you choose? So like if you were a baseball player, you had the best season ever. You won the World Series. You won the MVP. You broke a bunch of records. It's the best season of all time. What sport would you choose, and what would be the most fun to do with it?
Well, when I first heard this question, I immediately thought that I would want like baseball because I feel like having like being a pitcher and like throwing no shutout games, like perfect record, like I think that's really cool, especially because when a pitcher is throwing a no-hitter, like by the end of the game, the crowd's really into it. So imagine doing that like almost every game. I thought was really cool. And then I also thought like football would be fun just because like of all the attention almost like just scoring touchdowns and all that stuff. But I think my answer would be I would want the best pitching record in baseball.
So you're going pitching in baseball. That's
Yeah.
that's not where I thought you were gonna go, but
Mm.
no, I agree. I think it'd be awesome to just be
Yeah.
just an absolute stud on the mound.
Yeah.
You win the Cy Young, you win the World Series, you even win the MVP, and you throw a couple perfect game or a perfect game, and then you throw a couple no hitters or something like that. It'd be insane. Um, in my opinion, I think the coolest that would be an individual sport
Oh,
like
yeah.
golf, um, where you just win every tournament
And it's
it's
you.
and it's just me. You know, it'd be
Yeah.
like you win the Masters, you get the green jacket, you get all those trophies. There's all the trophies and
Yeah.
the 2025, we're a U.S. Open champion is, it's just like you're in the legacy because in golf the season is like it's year round,
Mhm.
and you like you win tournaments, and it's not like you win one championship, you won this tournament and that tournament and this tournament and this tournament,
Yeah.
something like that. I think that'd be pretty cool. I agree. I think baseball has a lot of records that you could break. Home runs, things like that. But then I started to think about football and even soccer. Like, could you imagine if you're just this insane soccer player that just scores? You just like broke the goal record, and you're just always
Yeah.
scoring, and like, because soccer fans are insane and they're like crazy.
And they're
So
like diehards.
yeah, so you'd be like a legend forever. Um, I don't know. Yeah, for me it's golf.
Mhm.
I think just the individual aspect and like winning all the trophies and the tournaments and stuff
Yeah.
is
When you were
fun.
talking about individual, I thought of another one. Wouldn't it be cool if you did like wrestling or boxing and you got
Oh,
all
like
the
UFC.
belts? Yeah.
UFC. You had
Yeah.
like 3 or 4 belts. Oh,
Yeah, I
that's a
think that
good
would be
point. I
cool.
didn't think about that. Or like, what other individual? I mean, there's tennis. Not really. I mean,
Or
there's
even
not a big
I
name.
feel like people that do like for example, like Simone Biles or like Michael Phelps,
Oh,
like having a really good record in the Olympics. I don't
true.
know. Yeah.
Just some
Like
insane Olympic,
demolish. Yeah.
like won every race.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty crazy too. Hmm. Good point. UFC would be pretty cool to be like just dominant and you're just beating dudes up left and right. Like every 3 weeks, you just go into the ring and just destroy them. That would be pretty cool. Uh, all right. I'm gonna stick with golf, but UFC's a close second. That's a close second.
Mhm.
And you're gonna go pitching. I think
Yeah,
pitching.
I think so.
All right, that'd be pretty cool. Well, as always, this wraps up an episode of Bronco and the Pig. We love coming on. We love talking about sports. So go watch sports. Go love your team. Love sports, and then always come back here and talk about sports with your favorites, Bronco and the Pig. Peace.
All right.